Just put the cup in the cup, lads. We out here. What are we on here? Plastic cup. Fake plastic solo. Fake plastic tricks. You weird me out. What does he say? Something like that. Just put the cup in the cup, lads. I honestly, what if we got it first throw? Another hour of this today? Well, you got to learn your 5 times tables, brother. Can I say something? I want to see the cups. Oh, that was a good one, too. That was, I could tell that was way too hard. This is mind-numbing. You're welcome. As opposed to most of the content on this website, which is very cerebral. No, listen, every time I go to the Twitch front page, I'm just... it's the year of the hater. I'm sorry. I don't hate the streamers that are doing this. I just hate the system that has created it. There's still people out there doing Let's Plays, man. It's crazy to me. Now, I get it, because like I've probably done more... I've spent more time in my life Let's Playing than the average individual. By probably a factor of 10,000 or something like that. But still. Oh, dude, the cups are stacking. That was so close. There are new games. Yeah, guess what, buddy? There's going to be new games tomorrow, too. And the day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that. You're going to stop before the games stop. So I got to ask you something. If there's new games every day, are they really new? We actually might have to reset this. Or I don't know, maybe that cup actually gives us like a little extra benefit. I will say though, I've been helping my daughter play Little Kitty Big City. Now that's a game, man. She's been really enjoying Little Kitty Big City. Oh, it was doing tricks on it, man. It was doing tricks on it. She's a gamer? She doesn't really like objective max in Little Kitty Big City, but she does enjoy just walking around as a cat and then finding like a rock in the sun and taking a nap on top of the rock. And then yesterday's adventure, it's all emergent gameplay, right? She jumped into a trash can in the game, and when she tipped it over, a unicorn plushie came out. So she grabbed it and took it to the nap spot and took a nap and said, "This is my plushie. I got it in the trash can." Then it was bath time. She pretended the towel was the unicorn plushie and was like, "This is my plushie. I got it in the trash can." Who says video games can't affect your real life, man? She is whimsy maxing. See, now that we got performance mode off, this is really starting to look like a streamer's office. Which streamer? I'm not at liberty to say. I wouldn't. There, but for the grace of God go I, okay? We're getting there. I mean, my desk isn't like all that in a bag of potato chips right now. I got this like Korean canned coffee on my desk. I got the tab from a Kirkland Signature bag of facial tissue. What else do I got? I got my water bottle. That's about it. The canned coffee was because we had I wouldn't call it a snowstorm. The roads were really bad like a week ago. So we made like an emergency trip to H Mart. And I was like, just on the off chance I won't be able to like leave the house for a couple days, let me get some canned coffee while I'm here. It's not my preferred choice, but how was it? Corey, are you here? Corey's the coffee guy, and he also lived in Japan. I think that canned East Asian coffee is like pretty not good, but if you meet it on its own terms and don't get a black coffee, but get a coffee that has either some milk or some sugar in it, it can still be pretty okay. I would say, if anything, the annoying thing about it is that I don't even know, the can is 175 milliliters. So as somebody who drinks probably 400 milliliters of coffee in the morning, you can really only use it as as a supplementary dose. Ounces, please. It's like 5 ounces, I guess. 5 ounces, something like that. Aluminum bottle of Boss Black. I've been known to consume an aluminum bottle of Boss Black. If I'm in Japan, I'm actually kind of a thin rainbow can of Boss. I'm pretty sure that it's probably like more sugar than coffee by weight at that point, but still. I like the rainbow one. Rainbow Boss is water 3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You throw the cup on the couch? Now, what have you done? now my shit's all fucked up, man. Anyone tell me why Japanese coffee shops open at like 11 a.m.? I can't, but I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me why North American cafes close at 3, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I get that you don't want to, you go to work at like 5 in the morning, you don't want to be at work for like 17 hours a day, but like, all the good bread is baked by bakeries and cafes. But I want to buy bread after I pick up my daughter from school. All the cafes close at 3:30. This is the truest shit you've ever said. It's PMO for real, man. Or they're closed on Sunday. That's damn true. That is damn true, man. I go to Cobb's. It's fine. I'm not a Cobb's enjoyer, but like in a pinch, I'm not gonna say it's terrible bread. It's just like I feel like you can do better. We're getting there. What about Brecca? They don't really do bread. I mean, I respect that Brecca is like the only place in Vancouver that recognizes that they're in like a city with 3 million people. So them staying open 24 hours is kind of sick. But like, I've never gone into Brecca and been like, hook me up with, a sourdough loaf or something like that. But if I've gone into Brecca and been like, give me some like salmon chowder, and it's pretty good. How about Olivier's? Here's the thing. Olivier's is one of the brands that stocks the grocery stores here. Corey, the bread is good. I think it's pretty good for grocery store bread, but I imagine if you get it straight from the bakery, is probably closer to divinity, right? I just got to knock this one out. Cartem's going out of business. Listen, we probably should not start with Vancouver posting, but the reaction to Cartem's going out of business is pissing me off. Even if they're not your favorite donut shop in Vancouver, people were like celebrating the death of Cartem's, which makes good donuts because the donuts are expensive. Buddy, Do you understand how business works? If they could make the donuts cheaper and have that be viable for their business, they would have done it. That's the way it fucking works, man. You should look at it instead as a tragedy, the fact that the rent is so fucking expensive that they have to charge $8 for a donut in order to reach viability. That's the reason we need to solve the fucking housing crisis, because it has ripple effects on the whole fucking city, dude. $8 is too much for a donut? I know! That's why they're going out of business, man! But if they offered them for $5, they would have gone out of business like 18 months ago. They wouldn't have been able to do anything. You don't get it, man! The people are taking it like, that's what you get for charging $8 for a fucking donut, man. You gotta think past the first impulse that pops into your little peanut brain. Give me a second here. Also, I saw what people were saying. I think the donuts were good. Cartems, I mean, there was a time they were probably my favorite donut in the city. These days, I'm still a cake donut guy, so I would say Lucky's is maybe like my go-to. Lee's Donuts is pretty good, but not to be cynical, but I think it's kind of like it's not going to last forever. Because like the location on Granville Island is good, but now they're expanding like everywhere. Like I'm sure within 2 years, they'll probably have a franchise inside of the airport, and that'll be like the end of the donuts being good at all, because they're becoming a business instead of a bakery, which is fine. But I'm just like Brendan Gleeson in Banshees of Inisherin. I'm not fucking with you anymore. I'm just not FWU anymore, Colin Farrell. Anyway. You see Mellows closing on Arbutus? You're going to turn me into a hater. I've eaten just about every sweet treat this city has to offer, okay? A lot of people were going crazy for the Mellow Donuts. I took my daughter to Mellow Donuts. I ate one of the donuts, and I was like, I can see why people would like this, but it's not for me. It's just it's a brioche donut. The bread's good. It's pretty cheap, but it's like coated in sugar, too dense, and then they use like the injector to put the flavor in the middle. And for me, I'm like, it's just not. I'm a cake donut Andy. No disrespect to Mellow, because I think that maybe they're among the best at doing what they do, but I prefer a cake donut. That's all I got to say about that. How can it be too dense if you like a cake donut? Well, cake is less dense than bread, man. That's why it's tastier. And then people get mad because they're like, a fucking donut shouldn't be $4.50. Okay, then go to Tim Hortons and pay $2.75 for a donut that fucking sucks ass, man. Bread donuts are lighter. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, motherfucker? There's bread donuts, aka yeast donuts. There's cake donuts, but you don't know shit about brioche donuts. You haven't gotten to that level yet, okay? They're still being incubated. A cake donut is denser than a yeast donut, but a brioche donut is denser than the other two put together. I don't know if that's how density works. I guess it would probably be less dense than the most dense thing if you added them together, necessarily speaking, but you get the idea. You said bread, though? Well, yeah, bread is less dense. Sorry, bread is denser than cake, at least the bread I eat. A yeast donut is less dense than a cake donut. Motherfucker, no. You're crazy. You're insane. If you took a slice of multi-grain bread and compared it with an equivalent slice of cake. Now, here's the caveat. You have to take the icing off of the cake. The bread would weigh more than the cake. 100%. 100%. If you're in North America, at least, if you're in Europe and you're making the cakes out of like fucking rye and bark, then it might be a different story, okay? Over here, the cakes are light and fluffy and the breads are dense. Fuck you, man. Anyway, the important part is you don't know donuts like I do, okay? I really don't. They're pretty good, man. Not as good as ice cream. But pretty good. Hang on, we're spitting. Thoughts on Lee's Donuts? I'm sorry to inform you, you are 6 minutes and 40 seconds too late. We've already discussed Lee's Donuts. The Cliff Notes, if I'm on Granville Island, I'll wait in a 15-minute line to get a half a dozen Lee's Donuts. If they have a pop-up on the other side of the city, I'm not fucking with that because I know that they've been baked, frozen, put on a truck, and then shipped across the city. I'd rather go to a Brecca. I'd rather go to a Lucky's. Baked beans, yeah, true, baked beans. Ice cream does clear, though. Sort of an HP sauce. It's sort of a brown sauce. Yeah, man, that's fucking true. Favorite Granville Island stall? Corey, you still here? You still here? What's the name of the European deli again, where they treat you very brusquely? Siegel's Bagel is pretty good. Pretty good. Not Starbucks. It's not Krispy Kreme. It's not a Subway. Someone's gonna know, man. It's been a while since I've been there, obviously. No one knows, apparently. Actually, nobody knows. I just spam chowder whenever I go in there. Haven't you only been there one time? Which is fine, but like, what do you say like every time? I've been to Vancouver 8 times? Damn, that's kind of crazy, actually. I didn't know. What do you mean by Europe? I don't mean anything by Europe. What I mean is, what's the name of the fucking deli in Granville Island? Granville Island Deli. Oyama Sausage Company. That's the one, man. See, was that so hard, man? Oyama Sausage Company, pretty legit. The 5-star reviews are always like, this is the best meat, cheese, and pate I've ever had. And the 1-star reviews are like, the lady behind the counter looked at me like I was an idiot when I told her I wanted 300 grams of salami. And I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been on both sides of the coin. I have. What's wrong with 300 grams? I don't know. I just think that they're stressed out because like all day there's a line at their store, and then like, you know, there's no downtime. We hold. We hold. How do you have 10K viewers playing the most boring game ever known to man? First off, this is not the most boring game ever known to man. Civ 7 came out on Friday. No disrespect, Sid Meier. Secondly, you're going to say that's boring when we get the cup in the cup? That's boring? Get in there, England. See, now, at first you're like, we just got to get the cup in the cup. But now you're like, oh shit, I got the cup in the cup, but backwards. So now I got a side quest. I got to knock the cup out of the cup. I don't need a game to tell me what the side quest is. It's not like when you were a kid and you went to the fucking playground, some shit popped up on your HUD and it was like, optional, go to the swings. Dig in the sandbox. You got one main quest, buddy. Enjoy your life. And I'm sorry to tell you, this shit is permadeath, in my personal opinion, at least. So I personally encourage you to educate yourself a little bit before you go around saying ignorant shit like that. Now, if you'll excuse me, before I get the cup in the cup, I got to knock the cup out of the cup, okay? When I was a kid, I was the king of carrot flowers. No, you weren't, man. You're like the 800... excuse me. No, you weren't. When I was a king, I was the kid of carrot flowers. No, you fucking weren't, man. You're like the 800th person that said that. You can't all be the king of carrot flowers. Doesn't make any sense. Kid of carrot flowers? Whatever, man. I love you, Jesus Christ, or whatever. Dad shouldn't... Dude, you're so right. I am from the song right now. Dad is throwing the garbage all across the floor, man. Well, we would lay and learn what each other's were for. Yes, sir. I know that's right. You made it sound worse? Yeah, I mean, like it's one of the best albums of all time. Of course I made it sound worse. Fucking peak. Oh, what a shot, man. There, what a hit, dude. What a hit. Did you see that shit? That was fucking clean, man. Shit's starting to look like the Doom cover art. Oh, fuck. Plus 1 XP, plus 10 gold. Yes, sir. We're almost close to buying the double jump for our cup. That's going to make it so much easier to get the ball in the cup. Oh, yeah. We did the badminton into the cup one. Don't even worry about that. Honestly, that was easy. Someone said the next one made them quit the game. And that's exciting for me. That was me? Okay, king of carrot flowers. Let me guess, your mom would drink until she was no longer speaking type shit? And dad would dream of all the different ways to die or whatever? Real original. They're getting close, man. It's hard to be dude perfect, man. A lot of people aren't talking about that these days. I said in Dan's chat you would like a real pain. Then you watched it. Was that a coincidence? It was. Honestly, I don't know if I can go to Dan's chat anymore. Every time I go there, he just baits me. A week and a half ago, I went there and he was baiting me about the jacket. Waited a week, put him in chat probation for a week, went back on Monday. he suggested that I watched Anora because it was pornographic. And I was like, I'm not coming. This is just disrespectful, man. Not only it's disrespectful and it's anti-art. Give it a spin, man. Anora's good, though? Yeah, I know. That's what people are saying. That's why I watched it. And I agree. He said he's sad you don't watch him on the Peloton anymore. Well, I don't know if he actually said that, but like, it was just becoming kind of like not the best experience to be 45 minutes into a hard bike ride and then like watch my clips and react without being able to respond. So I kind of just like excised the habit. For mental health purposes. He was hyping up X earlier. You can't be doing that. I gotta have a talk to him about that. Oh. No, it's not enough. All right. There's already a cup in the mug. Yeah. We're going one beyond. Like Ishmael and Kingpin. Oh, that was a good one, man. No, I didn't put the first cup in the mug. I should be so lucky. No, the RSI is pretty good, man. I think it's like, if I was using my wrist, I'd probably have to go see like an orthopedic surgeon or whatever. But because I'm using my shoulder and my whole arm, like I think I'm preserving myself. You use the big muscle groups instead of the small muscle groups, man. Yeah, I'm not going to alter the mouse sensitivity. It's just not going to. I find that it betrays the spirit of the game for me. If you have to do it, so be it. I don't think it makes you a fundamentally worse human being. A little more stink. A little bit more stink. You should play a game about digging a hole. So here's my thing. I think, and I haven't played a game about digging a hole, but I played a lot of Foddy likes. And some of them are great. Some of them are good. And some of them, I feel like, don't get it. What I prefer now is the accidental Foddy like. The Foddy like that it isn't about climbing a mountain and then falling back down. It embodies the spirit of Foddy without imitating Foddy. It's not at all like that? Well, that doesn't sound like it's up my alley at all then. That's a problem. It's more like Pilot Quest. Pilot Quest, the first 2 hours, or Pilot Quest, the remaining 8 hours? We don't reset. No. We knock the cup out. Oh! It's stuck in there pretty good, little bro. It's stuck in there pretty good. That's the kind of spin we need. Oh! You think stubbornness is a virtue? I do in this circumstance, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes people are like, NL, it's so annoying that you're so stubborn. And I'm like, buddy, you guys are strangers to me. No disrespect. Why would I trust a stranger's opinion over what I believe in my heart of hearts to be true? If a family member was like, hey, stop doing that, or a trusted friend was like, hey, do it this way instead, I would immediately take it under advisement because they passed the skill check. Their charisma stat is high enough. But then somebody in chat that doesn't even have a sub badge is like, you're so stubborn. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing what I want to do instead of what you want me to do. I don't even know who you are, dude. You're probably from like Slovenia. There's nothing wrong with that, but we've never even breathed in the same atoms. And yet somehow you feel like you should have some kind of dominion over my behavior? Absolutely not. I also think it's kind of important to be stubborn on Twitch because I feel like I'm not going to say what I do is art, but media that's created by committee has an increasing chance of being unremarkable, in my opinion. Now, media that's created by one person or a small group of people with a singular vision has a much better chance of being ass and also of being a masterpiece, but either way, a much, much higher probability of at least being interesting to some people. That's my thoughts on this subject. But I also understand. I think about this from time to time. Because there are people, they'll write something like, oh, NL's my favorite streamer. But if only he would change this one thing, he would be even better. And it seems so seductive. You're like, I could just change this one thing and I would finally be perfect. But you realize that there's 100,000 people that all have their one thing. And if you went, that's Mr. Beast. You've created Mr. Beast. And when I would finally reach perfect form, you wouldn't be fucking with me anymore. I'm here and you're here because I'm driving the bus. Sometimes you get pissed off at the bus driver. Trust me, sometimes I get pissed off at the bus driver too. But there's a reason I'm holding the steering wheel, and there's a reason that every now and then you say, hey, the bus is almost here. I can't wait to be on this journey together. Now, sometimes he's going to stink the joint up. But sometimes he's going to take you on a detour it's possible not that many other people in the city are familiar with, to be honest. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be straight. This isn't how I saw this week going. But after playing it for 5 hours, I said to myself, I gotta see where this goes. It would be disingenuous of me to be like, no, that's too much Trickshot Simulator. Let's play the newest roguelike that just came out. I might never get another chance to see where this road goes, man. It's coming out. It moved. I know that's right. I long for the days of Flint Hook. Oh, come on now. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay, hang on. George voice, it moved? Yes, man. Yes, it moved. There are a lot of times in the series George was right. One time when George was wrong, he shouldn't have peed in the shower. Now, I think it's okay to pee in the shower, but it's not okay to pee in the gym shower. It's only okay to pee in your own shower. You can't pee in the gym shower. It is the same pipes, though. It's not the same surface, but it is the same pipes. Was he wrong about the eclair? I think there's a window of food being untouched in the garbage can of about 10 seconds. If it's been untouched for 10 seconds in the garbage can, it's savable. If the lid in the garbage can has closed, it's tainted by garbage air. Like do you ever notice like when you open the garbage can, the interior of the can is warmer than the environment in which the can exists? That's why even if it's not physically touching any other surface, it still gets tainted by the garbage. It's like a reactor. Yeah, exactly. I would say 10. I can't even see the cup anymore. I don't do it, but I'm saying if that eclair was in there on the wrapper for 10 seconds, he's okay. Any longer than that, though, wouldn't be me. Why defend it if you don't do it? Because I'm an empath, idiot. I don't do fucking, like, women's hockey. I still support it because I'm not a fucking idiot. What are you talking about? I'm waiting to see what you're saying. Double dip at a party? No, you can't do it. You can't do it, unfortunately. Who even asked that? Well, listen. Double dip on a date? Well, it gets complicated, right? There's some things you don't do because it's not like safe to do, and there's some things you don't do because it's just not done. Double dipping at a party is just not done. Is it the grossest thing that you could do at a party that's already accepted? No, probably not. Like, it's probably less bad to experience a little double dipping than to stand in a small circle of people and yell because the music is too loud, thus polluting each other's lungs with whatever like bacteria and viruses you got in your respiratory system. But one thing is normalized, so it's okay, and the other thing is not normalized, so it's not okay. So you don't double dip. Taste my drink. Thank you for making me feel like I'm not crazy. Whenever people are like, except for my wife, whenever people are like, do you want a sip of my drink? I'm like, no, man, I don't. That's crazy to me. People will lose their mind if you double dip, but they'll be like, do you want a sip of my beer? Don't worry, just drink from the other side of the cup. That's crazy to me. I'm not defending double dipping. I don't do it in public. I will say, I personally feel like people are a little bit over scared of the double dipping. There's no backwash? Buddy, there's always backwash. You can't, even if it's like an imperceptible amount of backwash, there's always backwash. I waterfall, so I'm not worried about it. Is that like snowballing, or am I confused? It was a literal question. I don't know what waterfalling means. Air gap style? You can't take a sip air gap style. You can take one gulp air gap style. You can't take a sip from the air. If you try to take a sip from the air, you're spilling 2 sips over the edge of the glass due to how magnetic water is. Magnetic? You know what I mean. Like the fucking molecules stick to each other. This is bad. Oh! Also, maybe this means I don't have whimsy anymore. But like, if I order an IPA and the person I'm with orders a lager, and then they go, do you want a sip of my lager? If it's my wife, I'll take a sip of the lager. If it's a friend, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm okay. I know what lagers taste like. That's why I ordered an IPA. IPAs suck. Well, I agree. Is one of the reasons like I don't drink anymore. But like the other one is like good because I'm not giving you a sip. I hope you don't want a sip. What if someone wants to try your drink? If it's my wife, they can try my drink. If it's not my wife, they can order one on the menu or ask the server to give them a sample, which is well within the acceptable behaviors that are appreciated within a restaurant or a brewery. I don't know. I don't want to give you a sip. No, I would rather give the viewer the $5 than give them a sip. I'll basically do whatever my wife asks me to do, but I'll evaluate it on my own principles if someone who is not my wife asks me to do it. Post-COVID take or pre-COVID take? This is like since the entirety of my adulthood take. I like sharing food, family style. I'm not one of those people who's like, let's all go to the Chinese restaurant and order our own thing. I'm one of those people that's like every adult picks one dish and then we all take like a little bit of each. But like, I mean, listen, if the homie wanted a sip, I'd have to evaluate it on a homie by homie basis. But I would rather not though. I would rather we get 2 rounds. And then we swap beers after round 1. I would rather do that than share a sip. Mouth getting a sip? I don't think he would ask. I don't think Mouth would ask for it. Well, actually, I don't know. You never know with that guy. He might ask for it. I'd have to evaluate it. I'd have to see how it was in the moment. I'm not going to carte blanche say no, and I'm not going to carte blanche say yes. It would depend on the situation, man. No way is Chip getting a sip. I just don't know him like that. It's not just to protect me from them, by the way. It's also to protect them from me. It works both ways. You're actually the sick guy, so maybe you're right. That's what I'm saying, man. What if it's the best sip of your life? Ow! Well, then I'd rather not have the best sip of my life because that would mean that I'd finished something. I'd finished the quest. I don't want to finish the quest. I want the bar to always be 2% away from filling up because that's where you experience like true joy. Like if I finish that quest, then I gotta like start working on a new quest, man. No shot. Let me enjoy having like 2 more dishes to wash. Because once I'm done doing the dishes, I gotta do my fucking taxes. It's told. It's only been about an hour. Not me, the IRS has been disbanded. That's true. Is that true? I did see that he was talking about discontinuing the income tax and just moving to like a sales tax based system nationwide. And I was like, I feel like in the medium to long term, that's obviously catastrophic. But for like 1 or 2 years, that would be kind of sick for me at least. Like 10 years later, you would probably be like, wow, that was a horrible mistake. But for like the 2 years that you didn't have to do your taxes and then file them, you would be like, it would, you know what it would be like? It would be like a night of binge drinking. At like 12:30 a.m., you would be like, why don't we do this more often? And then like when you woke up, you would be like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. We should be doing this like every night, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We need more money. We have to like build and maintain shit to pay people. Oh! Ooh. Did you see the conservatives are going to abolish the income tax? Did you see that God recently created 2 individuals, Adam and Eve, and put them in like this paradise called the Garden of Eden? Yeah, we were just talking about that, man. Did you see that like an extremely dense like ball of matter exploded and has created the fabric of space and time that we currently inhabit today? That happened a while ago. It's only like 6,000 years, man. Confused scientist who thinks that the universe started 6,000 years. Wait, maybe that's not confused. Maybe that's what some people actually believe. If you believe the Earth is 6,000 years old, do you also believe that the universe is 6,000 years old? Or do you believe that the universe is like older, but the Earth is more recent? They believe the universe is 6,000 years old. Aren't we seeing? I know this sounds crazy. I guess they just don't believe in it. But like, isn't the shit that they're capturing from the James Webb Telescope like what that part of the universe looked like 100 billion years ago or something? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, whatever. I guess there's no way to test it until like an alien holds up a newspaper or something with the day's date on it. If you see the fucking tentacle monster and it's like January 1st, -7 billion, you're like, oh, fuck. All right, get ready. That would be sick, man. And he's got a banana for scale. Exactly. Oh, that's a good one. I used to believe that. It's all right. Like, we probably believe some fucking stupid stuff right now that in like 200 years, people will be like, can you believe that people used to believe that? But we're even worse because we're saying, can you believe people used to believe that about some shit as if we're not also believing that shit about some shit. You know what I mean? Oh, it was 30% in, man. I wouldn't say I've given up hope for progress in my lifetime. That's needlessly doomer. I definitely think there's still like some advances to be made that could improve quality of life. For one, I firmly believe in the next 4 decades or so, we will have a viable biodegradable straw that isn't as bad for the environment as plastic, but also can stand up to the rigorous ask of not falling apart before your drink is finished. We're not quite there yet. We're still working on it. Bamboo. Yeah, but then they're like, oh. I don't know. I don't see people running like disposable bamboo straws. Maybe the bamboo straw is like too expensive to, it fucks up the margins of the smoothie place or whatever. Let's give it a second. Oh, paper straws? They're not, like I use them, they're not good. I'm sorry. We have bigger problems as a society, don't get me wrong, but the paper straws are pretty bad. At the very least, I believe that we could do better. And yeah, stainless steel, but like I hate to be this guy, but like I just can't be fucked to carry a metal straw around with me anywhere. I'm not wearing a backpack my whole life, like every time I go outside. I think that's an unrealistic ask. Like if your policy decision requires every person in the city to wear a backpack, I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think you're ever going to hit, mass adoption. You could always store it in your ass. I guess I could always store it in my ass. That's true. I didn't think about that. What happened to your crossbody? It's full, man. It doesn't hold as much as, well, I mean, it's got a wallet, it's got all my ID, it's got my car keys, picture of my daughter, all this cash I can't offload because nobody wants it anymore, and then there's no space for the straw, man. Why not just put your wallet in your pocket then? Because then that defeats the whole purpose of having the crossbody. I have the crossbody so that I don't have to put the wallet in my pocket. You could just give me a fucking straw. Just give me a straw that works, man. No, I'm not putting a stainless steel straw in the crossbody. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Capitalism can solve this problem. They're all about solving problems, right? They can solve the straw problem. It's going to happen. There's telescopic straws. I'm not going to do it. I don't know what to tell you. This is like my line in the sand for straws. I would rather here's the solution that I have. I'm not carrying a metal straw everywhere. I'll use the shitty paper straws. But I'm going to complain about it a little bit. But I would also complain about carrying a metal straw because there would be times where I would like get a smoothie at 11 a.m. and then be out for like 7 hours and then like just put my bag on the shelf and then go out the next day and be like, what's that smell? Oh, it's the fucking plant fiber stuck between the bezels of your telescopic straw because you forgot to wash it. Oh, good. Fantastic. No, I'll use the shit paper straw, okay? Wash it then? Buddy, you don't even wash your legs. And I understand the straw nihilists that are like, I just don't use a straw. If you were smoothie maxing, you'd understand. It's very hard to drink a smoothie without a straw. Almost anything else you can get away with it, but you need a straw for a smoothie. Just get a spoon. They don't make those anymore either, man. They don't make those anymore either. Oh, we're free. Now we're back to fucking square one, dude. Just add more liquid. How about I'm gonna keep like living my life, and they can just like, I don't know, introduce more tapioca or something into the straw so it doesn't break down so fast. 2 perfect throws got blocked by the cup. Well, if we did 2, it should be easy to do a 3rd then. I'm not worried about it. Don't complain then. You're complaining about me complaining. I'm at work right now. You should just fucking leave if you're annoyed by the complaining. You can solve your day. If you want to solve my problem, let me do something for you in return because I'm so grateful. I'm going to solve yours. You should remove yourself from the ecosystem. Dr. Pangloss, ass fucking rhetoric. Talk about how good everything is all the time. That shit's not fucking funny, man. That shit's not funny at all. They'll be like, hey, whoa, it's nice and sunny today. We live in the best of all possible worlds. No, we don't, dude. I can easily conceive of a better straw. It's exactly the same as the existing straws. It just has like a little more structural integrity. Surely there's a fucking chemical engineer that can invent this process, man. What they're gonna send me a DM and it's gonna radicalize me because the DM is gonna be like, they actually invented it back in 1987, but the margins are all fucked up. It costs 3 extra cents per straw to make it for the extra tapioca. Shit's gonna piss me off. I'll tell you that for sure. Oh, I thought for certain. I thought for certain that was it. New guy invented. Guy who takes anabolic steroids but still follows the food pyramid. There's something to it. It's not as funny as a guy that actually exists though, which is guy who takes steroids but doesn't work out. That's the problem with inventing a guy is in a lot of circumstances, there's guys that are funnier than the invented guys. I've fallen victim to it myself. The other thing is, can't they just like burn the plastic straws? So they don't mess with the turtles or whatever? No? Because it would use a lot of energy to make the fire, but what if you just like threw them in a volcano or something? I'm not trolling. It would release a lot of gas. Well, phase 2 is you catch the gas in like a big balloon and then tie it off. And then what? Dig a hole and bury the balloon? I don't know. That sounds like it could work. Yeah, burn the balloon. Why didn't I think of that? It is kind of crazy to me that there's no... Is there any country that like throws their garbage in a volcano? I guess I probably have a rudimentary vision of volcanoes in my head as like an open hole at the top of a mountain with bubbling lava underneath. I guess that's probably pretty rare. Aren't they mostly just mountains until shit pops off? How do you get the waste to the volcano? Truck, I would say. Big truck. That could have been in. Mount Doom Municipal Dump. When I lose my 300 Bitcoin ledger wallet, but it went to the Mount Doom Municipal Dump. Nice shot, though. These have been great throws, too. Oh! What a shot, people! What a shot! Oh, I was watching it in rapt attention, man. Oh. We're getting close. Possibly. Oh! Lock in, lock in. Okay, I mean, this is just practice because it's going to be really hard to get around that red cup. Never mind, we're back. What red cup? Oh, yeah. Oh! Every once in a while, you just got to lock in for like 2 minutes. The problem with society today, people are allergic to locking in. Just pissing me off. I keep rolling my sleeves up, but then the motion of my arm is making my sleeves roll down. And fucking up my rhythm, man. I got the wrong clothes for the job. Can I tell you guys a funny story about my fridge? Our fridge has been unreliable. It works at keeping stuff cold, which is what it's there for. But maybe like once a year, it just starts, it fucks up something that's annoying. Like it beeps like crazy. Or like the lights don't work or whatever. So last night, we opened the fridge and it went beep, 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 beep. And the whole time, oh, did I screw up my sends, man? I did. We're back. Okay, that's right. I accidentally hit my DPI button. So this was not the door ajar alarm, where if you've left your fridge door open, it goes like, beep, close me, beep, close me. It just was beeping incessantly. So we tried to troubleshoot it for like half an hour, and then we said, you know what? We'll just call a technician. We'll have a technician come over as soon as possible. So I booked it. We lived with the beeping for the rest of the night. Every time you open the fridge, it was annoying because when you would open your fridge, it would beep. But you're like, that's no big deal. So go to bed, wake up in the morning, 5:15. Open the fridge door to get my coffee. And I'm like, I'm scared it's going to wake my whole family up, right? Imagine my surprise when I opened the fucking fridge and it didn't beep. And I said, oh shit. I love when that happens, when you have a problem and you're stressed about it, but then like you wait a little while and the problem just goes away. Imagine my surprise when I closed the door and that motherfucker started beeping with the door closed, which is, I thought it was bad when it was beeping when the door was open. When the door is closed, that's like a fridge's state 99.8% of the day. That's way worse. So it just started beeping incessantly with the door closed, and I went, oh, fuck. And I like Googled it, I was like Reddit, and trying to figure out what the error code this, blah, 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 blah. And that all of them were like, you need to grab a screwdriver and pry off the hinge panel, and there's probably a shorted wire somewhere, blah, 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 blah. I don't have time for that shit. It's 5:20 in the morning at this point. I opened the door, closed it, beep, opened it, closed it, beep, opened it, closed it, silence. Have not opened it since. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it's It's not beeping anymore. The technician is still coming at some point. Take it out until the tech comes. No, I need a fridge. I have food in there. I want a dumber fridge though, for sure. Relatable. My mom just paid $14K for a new fridge after being quoted $12K to repair it. Where do you fucking live that the fridge was $14,000? $14,000 fridge? I feel like a fridge is like, it's like $2,000 or something. Korea? That would be a pretty cheap fridge. Maybe I should go to Korea and get a fridge. Surely they meant 1,400. I hope so. I mean, like, $14,000 fridge is like, I think maybe it's probably cheaper than if you have to buy one for a restaurant. But if anything, though, I want a dumber fridge. Like, if my fridge and freezer are keeping things cold, I don't want it to ever make noise. If it can't keep things cold anymore, it should sound the alarm. If it has any other problem, it should just display an error code rather than beeping. That's my preference, at least. What if you leave it open? It can be. I'm not going to lie. That saved me a couple times. Who leaves the fridge open? You know, sometimes you're like eating cheese out of the fridge and looking at your phone, and then you just sort of like walk away. Oh. Never happened to me. You should try it sometime. It's pretty... I'm not saying it happens like, you know, once a year, but it's happened to me before in my life. And then I've been in bed and heard like beep, and I'm like, oh shit, somebody left the fridge open. Take a deep breath for a second. Is there, can I go to the controls menu and disable right mouse button look? You know what? You're right. I can't disable it in real life, so I don't want to disable it in the game. That is the premise to Scorcher 6. You're damn right. Who left the fridge open? It needs more spin. Are we ready to admit yet that AI is actually useful? Hats on, hats. Why are you're being a guy right now, and it's guy who is upset that nobody's talked about AI for 15 minutes. Don't be that guy. No, there was not even any semblance. There was no shade on AI this stream, and there was no glazing on AI this stream. So why are you popping in the stream talking about AI? Unless your alt got banned. Did your alt get banned? I did get served a post on Reddit this morning that was like 43 years old. Finally managed to lose some weight thanks to ChatGPT. And in his before picture, he just looked like a normal guy. And I was like, let me guess, he lost like 10 pounds. And the after photo, dude was cut the fuck up like Tug Speedman. I was like, what the fuck did ChatGPT do to you, man? You're like a fitness model now. That shit's crazy. Now, he did the work, don't get me wrong, but I was like, okay, I'm a little impressed. ChatGPT edited the photo. That would be a fucking twist, man. Oh, man. No alts here. Hats on hats. We're just joking, man. Don't take it too seriously, okay? Don't worry about it too much. It's all right. 8th subsequent throw, you're going to get it. Okay, ready? So that was probably 3. This would be 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm really going to try. I swear to you. 8. You were so close. You were so close. Did you read his explanation? No, this was literally like 8:59. I had to start streaming. Just wait for it, man. You had to start throwing cups? Yes, sir. Their explanation was I couldn't be bothered reading the calories myself, so I just asked ChatGPT to count it for me. If AI has one hater, it's me. But that actually seems like pretty smart to me. Now, I think they could have also just put in the work, but at the same time, that's using it as a tool, I think, instead of as like a god. So I'll accept that. It could be wrong, though. Yeah, but like if it's wrong, like whatever. He's got abs. So it can't be that wrong. My ass could be wrong too. Yeah, I'll give you that's fair. That's fair. They tend to be bad at math. I'm not glazing ChatGPT. I'm just saying he's got a 6-pack and the triangle at the bottom, okay? So if anything, I'm anti-glazing the AI, but he used it as a tool and it worked for him, okay? He has the CGs. He has the CGs. Oh, I thought for certain that was it, man. As a cardio maxer, are you a headband guy or a bandana guy? Headband guy. Bandana plus bald makes you look like a pirate. Bandana plus bald equals pirate, and not captain. Not even first mate. Usually, like maybe like the guy who tells the lowly knaves on the ship to swab the poop deck. Like, yeah, deckhand, fucking like first coxswain type shit. The guy with the peg leg who sits in the crow's nest. Quartermaster type John. Yeah, you got it. I'm a bandana guy. Or sorry, a headband guy. My mom got me a $100 Lululemon gift card for Christmas like 5 years ago. I bought 5 of the exact same Lululemon headband and have been using them ever since. There's 4 left. I don't know what happened to the 5th one because it's a closed system. The headbands never make it outside of the house. Wait, that's not, maybe it's in my backpack along with my metal straw now that I think about it. I never thought about it, man. Yeah, it was getting low on durability. I definitely needed to hit it with a smithing stone a little bit. You know why the company's named that? Yeah, I basically hate Chip Wilson. I hate pretty much everything about him. They make good stuff though. Yeah, but I'm not fucking with that guy. Why is it named that? You should look it up. I don't want to say it. Isn't Lululemon like an MLM scam? No, you're thinking of LuLaRoe. LuLaRoe, and that's actually an extremely acceptable or understandable mistake to make. Because they also sell leggings. Oh! Anyway, for a long time I thought they were the same thing. The explosion of Lululemon is crazy. I remember, maybe now that I think about it, I've never interpreted the story like this, but I had a friend in university. This was like 2010 in Kingston, Ontario. So to get Lululemon, this was like still at the point of like e-commerce spreading out through the entire country. So you couldn't just go to like lululemon.com and get them delivered to your house in Kingston like 2 days later. She had a pair of Lululemon yoga pants that she had worn for like 2 years. She sold them on Kijiji for like $10 off the MSRP of what the yoga pants cost new. And she had like 50 bites in a day. It was crazy. Kijiji is Canadian Craigslist, although I think it kind of got swallowed up by Facebook Marketplace. It is literally on Poob. Oh, I thought it was perfect, man. You think you'd be better at this IRL? I don't know what you're asking me. This is my RL. My RL right now. And I'm RL. For real. Don't PMO. Oh, as soon as I launched it, I locked in because I was like, that one's perfect. I came back an hour later, you still haven't made the shot? The shot doesn't matter. I'm not the same motherfucker you saw before you left. I've changed in response to my environment. What's your excuse? That was a good one too. That was a good one too. When does the new you make the shot? Hopefully not for a while. I still got a lot to learn. I would do 3 eyes closed. How were they? Pretty bad. All short. Okay. Nah, that last one was pretty good. Oh. Keep going. You're locked in. Locked out. Locked out. Okay, we get back. Why did Austin Powers stay when playing blackjack? Austin Powers casino ending explained. The symbolism is hidden in what he says. I like to live dangerously. Austin is not only referring to staying on 7, which is a hand that is riskless to hit on in the game of blackjack, and thus the only winning move is to hit. He's also alluding to his job as an international man of mystery, which is perhaps one of the most dangerous jobs. $20 beats your 7. So true. Isn't it the soup Nazi who's the dealer in Austin Powers as well? That sounds right to me. We get a few chances to bink it, man. We get a few chances to bink it. All we got to do is tap it in. But if we don't hit it in like 20 cups, it's going to disintegrate. Yes! We'll take that. We'll take that. It's not quite what I was looking for, but we'll take that. He always makes it when I'm not looking. Yeah, but you're probably like, I bet you haven't been looking for like 50% of the time for the last hour and 40 minutes, man. You're always not looking when I'm shooting. What do you expect? If you're not looking when I make a shot, you're not going to see it when it goes in the cup. Call that trick shot 1.